Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. I've got a special guest joining us right now. We have Scott Lawrence, and Scott is visiting with us about the United Way of the Sioux Empire. Scott, how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks, John.
Well, we're glad to have you on the program, and we're going to talk quite a bit today about the youth outreach, because when people are making their contribution to the United Way, what we wanted to do is kind of let them know where these funds go, and it goes to so many good things, but let's talk a little bit about the youth outreach and some of the things that the funds go to for the United Way of the Sioux Empire.
Well, I have a youth outreach team, and, the interesting thing about United Way, I've been working in various roles with United Way for a long time, well over 20 years, and did a lot of fundraising, still do a lot of fundraising with United Way, but it really became real to me when I started getting into the allocation committee. And my committee that I have the blessing to chair is the youth outreach team. And every year we hear presentations from various youth-oriented agencies around town. The agencies that we talk to and hear presentations from are the Boys and Girls Club. We hear from Big Brothers Big Sisters. We hear from Lutheran Social Services for their mentor program and their You Succeed program, which is a mentoring program for high school kids. We hear from Carroll Institute about their bullying prevention program in the high schools, and we hear from Volunteers of America about Bowdoin Youth Center, their outreach services that go out and touch homeless young people, and also their independent living or their preparation program where they can move kids that aren't part of the justice system but need a place. They can't be at home. They can go in and get an apartment. There's a period of time that they can have a safe place, get a job, those kind of things. So we hear from all those agencies every year, and we review their presentation, their ask, and then we have to go back as a team and talk about, their finances. We have to look at their outcomes. How many people are they serving, the things that they're doing, and how does that relate to the dollars asked for? And then how does it relate to the overall budget of what we have to allocate in those areas? So it's a lengthy process. We've had, I think, so far 3 6-hour days, and we've got one small session left to wrap up. But it's very, very rewarding to see that there are programs out there that are having a major impact on the lives of young people and making a difference. We're so interested in what's happening in these programs because touching a young person at that age can make such a difference for getting them started, helping them get started right along with other factors, and then in helping them get going. So we're excited about it, we enjoy it, and we know how important it is.
So if you're one of the wonderful people in the Sioux Empire, the thousands of people that are contributing to the United Way, know that the funds that you're contributing are going to all of those different things. So you're helping to make that happen for all of these young people. And think about this, Scott. I bet there are people who grew up with one of the programs or multiple programs that the United Way helps support that are now adults and are now contributing, whether they know it or not, to help pass that on to the next generation.
Absolutely. That is a fact. In reality, if you're in a room of people at a party or a gathering, 1 out of 3 people in some way, some form is or has been touched by a program that the United Way supports. So it's there, and it's just a great story. John Morrell over the years has been their employees have been such generous donors, and I remember when I was campaign chair, going down there, and they wrapped the big styrofoam check up, and I remember opening it up, and tears came to my eyes when I saw the amount. I think that year, 6-7 years ago, was over $400,000 that their employees had given, and I sat down at a table with a guy with a hard hat and a woman with a hairnet on and having a piece of celebratory cake, and he said, I'm a Heart Club giver at X level. I don't remember exactly the amount, but it was a lot. And I said, man, that's a lot of money. Why? He said, hey, because I have family members that need these programs. So, it's just really gets down to the very basis of a growing community changing needs and finding the best ways to make the dollars that people give to United Way, the United Way Clearinghouse, that then vets these programs and sees how the dollars can best go to use to make the Sioux Empire what the Sioux Empire is.
And they do what they can to stretch those as far as they possibly can. So each dollar spends like more than $1 because as they're putting these programs together, they want to make the best impact they possibly can.
Absolutely, no question about it. And another thing to remember is when you give to the United Way, over 90 cents of every dollar gets right to the program. United Way historically has had the lowest or at the very lowest of administrative costs of any United Way of its size and the amount of money we raise in America. And another thing to note is that our per capita giving here in Sioux Falls, in the Sioux Empire, is second only to Palm Beach, Florida. And, we're a giving community, and we're a growing community, and this just makes it that more critical, but it's also critical that people understand all the agencies that United Way touches.
Scott, thank you so much for all the time that you put into this, and also thank you for your time this morning here to chat with us about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm just happy to do it, and I really want to thank you for helping us get the word out.
Glad to help. And folks, if you'd like to know more about the Sioux Empire United Way, it couldn't be easier. All you got to do is click onto their website, which again is very simple, SEUW, which stands for Sioux Empire United Way, SEUW.org. Go check that out today. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.